video. This bar chart gives you some information about a certain topic. Look at the bar chart below and answer the following questions. Planning and writing. You are going to plan and write a report based on statistics. What does the chart tell you? You are going to discuss your ideas with your partner and write down 4 or 5 key facts. How do the 5 countries compare with each other? You've got here 5 countries: Kuwait, Italy, Finland, Luxembourg, and Austria. All these 5 countries, you are going to compare between them or among them. Which country recycles the most material? And which country buries most waste in landfill sites? So there are here 3 ways of getting rid of their household waste. Here, some countries bury their waste in landfill sites, like the blue one. And some countries recycle and composite their waste. This is the orange one. And the green one refers to how countries get rid of their waste by incineration, by burning them. What conclusions can you draw from this chart? You can include ideas of your own that are not given in the chart. Here, there are some key facts. The amount of household waste in Kuwait's landfill site is 90,000 tons. Look at the blue one. Look at the blue one here. The blue one in front of Kuwait refers to 90,000 tons, how Kuwait bury their waste in landfill sites. And the amount of household waste in Italy's landfill site is about 70,000 tons. So it's lower or smaller than Kuwait, Italy. Here the blue one refers to 70,000 tons. They bury their waste in Italy. And the amount of household waste in Finland landfill sites is about 60,000 tons. So they get rid of their waste by burying them in landfill sites. And the amount of household waste in Luxembourg Luxembourg's landfill sites is about 20,000 tons. The last one, the amount of household waste in Austria's landfill site is about 20,000 tons. So I choose here the blue color to refer how they get rid of their waste by burying them in landfill sites. Now, next time we are going to refer to another color. Here, Kuwait buries most waste in landfill sites. This is what we conclude from these facts. And let's move to the orange one. In Kuwait, recycled and composted wastes are about 10,000 tons. So it's very, very small amount. In Italy, recycled and composted wastes are about 20,000 tons. In Finland, recycled and composted wastes are about 30,000 tons. In Luxembourg, recycled and composted wastes are 20,000 tons. And the last one, in Austria, recycled and composted wastes are about 70,000 tons. So what do we conclude from these facts? Austria recycles the most materials. Now let's move to the green one. In Kuwait, there are no waste incinerations. Okay, And in Italy, 10,000 tons of waste materials are incinerated. In Finland, about 15,000 tons of waste materials are incinerated. In Luxembourg, about 50,000 tons of waste materials are incinerated. In Austria, about 15,000 tons of waste materials are incinerated. So what do we conclude? Luxembourg incinerates the most waste materials. And which one or which country doesn't incinerate waste? Of course, Kuwait. And the least or second is Italy. So what are the key facts we conclude here? The overall amount of recycling has increased every year. Recycling waste has increased every year. And the overall amount of recycling has doubled. Here it was 100 tons or 1,000 tons, and it has become how many? Yes, the double. Okay. So the greatest overall increase in recycling is in green waste. The greatest overall increase in recycling is in green waste. Is it mentioned? It's not mentioned. The smallest overall increase is in metal. This is not mentioned. So write your report in about 200 words. Use the headings, introduction, key facts, conclusion, and the recommendations, and expressions from the useful language box below. Keep your language simple and your sentence short. So you should use simple language and your sentence should be short. Use bullets to separate points. If you are going to, of course, if you are going to mention key facts. This is homework. When you have finished writing, read your report carefully, check spelling, grammar, and punctuation. You can exchange your reports with your partner or with your classmate. As you read what your partner has written, ask yourself these questions. Has he included all the most important key facts? Refer back to the chart. Are the conclusions sensible and correct? Return your partner's report and exchange thoughts and ideas. You can discuss these ideas later. Okay, this is a useful language box you can use for reporting your statistics or bar chart. Reporting quantity: X% of waste material was recycled or was burned or was buried in a landfill site. Of all the countries, Kuwait buries the most waste in landfill sites. Austria burns 10% of its waste, whereas Luxembourg burns 50%. In comparison with Austria, Luxembourg recycles half or a quarter or twice or 3 times as much than or as much more than or less than another country. Expressing your recommendations. It would also help if people. It would be better if. I suggest that. It would be a good idea too. It would be sensible for people too. I don't think motorists should. Expressing criticism and annoyance. Frankly, it's ridiculous that we do something, or we shouldn't do this. It's causing huge problems. This situation is unacceptable. This situation is unbelievable. It's inconceivable. Expressing regret. I wish we had recycled more. We should have. If only we had. Things should never. Making conclusions. In conclusion, it is clear that it can be seen. I would suggest, I would believe it is important to. I would argue that ultimately, finally, primarily, we must.